So here we have the next deck, the Savage Hunter. Savage! Man, if I play this deck, I'm gonna say Savage too much. Anyways, Korvold. Not a Kobold, it's a Korvold. Completely different thing. Fey Cursed King. 2 colorless, 1 black, 1 red, and 1 green. Okay. A flying 4/4. So the stats are a little bit horrible, yes. Whenever Korvold Fey Cursed King enters the battlefield or attacks, okay. Sacrifice another permanent. Okay, that doesn't seem too good. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Korvold and draw a card. Okay, I get it. So it's actually a 5/5 flying for 5, which is better, I guess. You get to sacrifice something. Okay. So there's a lot of things you might want to sacrifice to this guy. Ooh, there's also the wand. Immediately my mind went to, there's a 3-mana wand, an artifact. When it goes into your graveyard, it deals 5 damage to any target. Put that out, play Korvold. Saying. Gonna make that deck happen. I mean, yeah. It's not too bad to sacrifice permanents. We have seen that in many decks. I mean, put this in any sacrifice shell with like a Liliana, and you have the Priest of Forgotten Gods, and you have all those sacrifice things. And I think this would fit right in. You're just gonna draw more cards. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, this seems like a good card. Even outside of Commander, I think. Also, you can sacrifice, you know, the new food things, which I think we're gonna see a lot in this deck. So yeah, I think this will actually see play in like some sacrifice, Mardu, whatever, whatever you like to call it. Next card, Witch's Oven. 1 colorless, sacrifice a creature, create a food token. If the sacrificed creature's toughness was 4 or greater, create 2 food tokens instead. Ooh, sacrifice a creature, create a food token. So if you need food, this is a very good way of doing it. And another thing, I mean, sacrifice a creature, another sacrifice outlet. I think Journey of Eternity is gonna rotate out, but that was another application for this that I did see. Yeah, anything which, you know, benefits from sacrificing, and also that can utilize food. Yeah, the Witch's Oven is probably gonna see play. I don't know exactly. We're probably gonna see how this food thing develops. How many good food cards there are gonna be. How many good cards that utilize food there's gonna be. But it could definitely be, you know, a central card in a deck like that. And it could also be a good sacrifice outlet. Just have one of this, even if you don't care about the food. Have one of this in as a sacrifice outlet. We have a very shitty sacrifice outlet right now, which is being played in those decks very often. It's like a 2 mana, 1 red and 1 white, or 1 red and 1 colorless, and the only reason we want to play that is because it can sacrifice something, but it still costs a lot because we need to re-equip it all the time. But this you don't need to pay any re-equip cost. You can just, you know, tap it and sacrifice it. So this is a good sacrifice outlet. Will probably be see play. Gonna be interesting to see how this develops, I would say. Next card that is new, we have to check here, would be the Arcane Signet. Okay, at 1 more color in the commander's color identity. Yeah, it's only gonna be used in Brawl. We've already spoiled this card. If you haven't seen that, you can check out my latest video. Let's see here. Man, there's a lot of cards which are not new. Savvy Hunter. Okay, Savvy Hunter. 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 green. When it attacks or blocks, create a food token. Man, there's a lot of ways of creating food. Honestly, there's so much food going around. Sacrifice 2 foods, draw a card. Okay, here we have something. Yeah, depends at which rate you can create food, but this could maybe even create a loop with this somehow. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, you draw a card with Korvold. Maybe you can set up some loop where you just, you know, create food and you sacrifice that food and you draw cards and something. Like draw your entire deck kind of thing, which I like doing. Interesting card. Again, we don't know exactly. This is something I need to sit down and need to brew around when we get more spoilers. I'm probably gonna create a video like I did last season, where I create like not really a spoiler video, but more like how different cards can be combined, like the best combos or something that's gonna be introduced in this set. And this is probably gonna be in that list. Somehow we're gonna, you know, abuse this, I'm sure. And then whatever is new here. Okay, bake into a pie. Okay. 2 colors, 2 black. Destroy target creature, create a food token. We've seen much easier way of creating food than this. Seems a little bit narrow, I don't know. I mean, it's better than murder, probably, but murder is not super good, in my humble opinion. What else do we have there? We have Sir Conrad again. Keeper of Fables. Okay, 3 colors, 2 green. Whenever one or more non-human creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Oh. Interesting, it's non-human, does it matter? He's a cat. You could draw an insane amount of cards with this. I don't know, I think most cards are gonna be rotating out that are unblockable, but if you have Keeper of Fables with a lot of unblockable cards, this guy like Merfolk or something, I don't know. They already have a card which draws a card for every Merfolk that attacks in them. Oh, but that card is gonna rotate, I think. Yeah, there might be some way of utilizing this. Definitely might be some way. But it probably involves getting things which are unblockable if you want to have enough things that the cards that you draw are relevant. It's a little bit high also with 5. I think it's gimmicky, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Don't you dare not trust me. Okay. Taste of Death. Okay. 4 colors, 2 black. Each player sacrifices 3 creatures. You create 3 food tokens. Man, can't we just get Damnation? Can't we just get it? Oh. I mean, Liliana seems just better than this. Honestly, than Taste of Death. If each player is gonna sacrifice, I would also rather, draw the cards than get that food there. No, it seems to be a shit rare, honestly. We already have Liliana, and Liliana's gonna be better. Is my opinion there. Thorn Mammoth. 5 colors and 2 green. Whenever Thorn Mammoth or another creature you control enter battle under your control, Thorn Mammoth fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. For 7 mana, fighting 1 creature. Shit rare. That's what I call this card. Easy shit rare. That is pretty much this deck. Let's just jump into the next one.